here are my thoughts for Gen 8. A lot of people are like, I want it to be open world Zelda. I want to be like Zelda, right? They want to be like Zelda. They want to like, I want to be able to run around like Breath of the Wild, open world, sandbox exploration. And that's not gonna happen. No. Why would you think that that could even be a possibility? What I'm curious actually. Like, what makes people think that that could ever happen right now? I got reasons why it won't happen. It's not just like me being negative. The reason it won't happen is because Nintendo just released this wonderful game right here, the thing we're playing, Let's Go Pikachu Eevee, right? And it's just gonna be the same engine. It's gonna look exactly the same as this. It's just gonna look like this. It's gonna be this game. They're gonna tweak it a little bit. It's probably gonna look a little bit better. Kind of like how, you know, what is it? It's like Gen 6 and Gen 7 in terms of upgrades. Like Omega Ruby to, you know, like Gen 7 in terms of upgrades. So just little things. But it's gonna look exactly the same as this. And you can say like, well, how do you know? Well, let's look back at other Nintendo games. When they released Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask right after it, same engine. Let's look at, let's see, like other things Nintendo's done that use the same engine. Like Banjo-Kazooie uses the same engine for every single game. Like, that's what Nintendo does. They use the same engine for every game on their systems that it's on. And so they have this Pokemon game, and it's just gonna use the same engine. Companies do not build engines like an engine. That's like the thing. Like the thing required to play the game. It's all new, built from like the ground up. Like there's a reason Skyrim and Bethesda has been using the same engine for so long, is because building one from scratch takes so many resources that they just try to get the maximum value after they've already made a good one. I actually think they made Let's Go to give the artist time to model the rest of the Pokemon. I think the massive amount of Pokemon in Gen 7, came out in Gen 8. I think what they're doing with Let's Go, I've said this before, what they did was they released a game called Let's Go. So what they tried to do was pull in as much of their Pokemon Go crowd as possible, and also use this as kind of like a tech demo for the new game. And, you know, I can go back to show other examples of Nintendo doing this. You guys remember when Smash Bros. Got released on the 3DS? But it got released on the 3DS, like, let's see, 4 months earlier than it did on the Wii U. The reason they did that was so they can see, like, what type of menus do people like. They did that to test it's like their beta. They're like, what characters are people liking? Do we need to balance anything? Do we need to add characters? What modes do people like playing? Do they want to see new items? What kind of, like, customization modes do they like? And so when they released the real game on the Wii U, they fixed, like, a lot of it. They polished it up. It had the same engine base because the games looked very similar. But obviously, you know, they polished up everything. And so they're using this the exact same way. They're using Let's Go the exact same way, where they're like, do people like having your Pokemon follow you? Do they like these graphics? Do they like these battles? What can we improve on? What do people like? What do people not like? And so we're going to make it so we're probably going to get like an actual dedicated ladder. We're probably going to get, you know, something like items, abilities, probably going to get those things back, because that's the only problems people have is not competitive enough, so they might add some more competitive elements. But I do think that it's going to be exactly like this. It's going to look just like this. And they may think they might keep the catching mechanic. They may be like an option you can toggle it on and off. But that's generally what I think about it. That's just my opinion. You know, I'm just one person. But also I listed like a bunch of other examples where Nintendo's done like the exact same thing. And Nintendo as a company also doesn't really resonate with America. Like their goals aren't the same as like American goals. Americans want to be like, and I say the West want to be like the best. They want it now. They want everything to be better, and they want to have the most of everything. And Nintendo doesn't really share that. Nintendo could be better if they wanted to, but they don't. They want to do their own vision, and that's like what separates them from everything else. So that's just how it works. Like, no one's gonna make Nintendo change just because they could be better. Everyone's gonna be really disappointed tomorrow. I know it. I feel it. There's a toy company in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, man, they make like their first products was like cards, playing cards. Team building really shines in this. I agree. I think one of the strengths of Let's Go is when you build a team, Sure, you don't have items, you don't have EVs, and it makes so the outplays in the mid game, in like the actual games, you know, aren't really as important, but it really promotes really good team building aspects. I think that's one thing, that's one of the reasons why I really like it, is because you can make a really solid core and that can kind of carry you even if you're a weaker player. It's the perfect game to make building up for, you know, the Generation 8 games. I do think when we're talking about Generation 8 that it's not going to be, I think that whatever game tomorrow isn't going to be like a, what is it, like a remake of Gen 4. I think that's coming, but I don't think that's tomorrow. I think what they're going to do is just show this. It's only 7 minutes, so they're just going to show the starters. So that's just my opinion. I mean, you guys are welcome to say your own opinions as well, but that's just what I think. I think tomorrow they're going to show starters, and we might do like a hint of gameplay. And what's going to happen is everyone's going to be like, it looks just like Let's Go. Why? Why, Nintendo? This didn't happen when Reggie worked there. That's all that's going to happen. I know it. I know it. But that's what's going to happen. My 2 cents. But I've seen this happen many times before. So he hopes Gen 8's revealed tomorrow. I agree. I hope Gen 8's revealed tomorrow too. And there's like 6 things that he wants to see, right? And it says multiple regions, ideally 2 or 3, no more. It's realistically not going to happen. There's just not enough time for them to program all that stuff in, considering they had to make Let's Go, and it took them that long to make this game, and it's just 1 region, and they cut so many things just to make this game. Even if they've been focusing on that since like the start of the Switch, there's just not enough time for them to develop it. Keep the non-random encounters of Let's Go. I agree. I think that's totally a good thing. It's very Dragon Quest-esque. Dragon Quest didn't do that really hot in Japan on the newest game, but I still think it's a step in the right direction. Visual upgrade from Let's Go. You say big. That's the one thing I wanted to talk about. It can't gonna be. I think I have my sub waiting once I get to my PC. I'll be here for a little bit, but you know I'll be here tomorrow too. So he said he wants a big visual upgrade, and like I said, it's just gonna use the same engine. It's gonna look just like this. The only difference is gonna be like the similarist upgrade from like Gen 6 to Gen 7. That's gonna be the amount of upgrade we're gonna get. It's gonna be the same hardware. It's the same engine. What they're gonna do for the rest of the Switch games, they're gonna use the same engine as this and just modify it. Just like how the 3DS games use the same engine, modify them. The DS games use the same engine and they just modify them. That's how Nintendo's always done it. And if you look at like other companies like Bethesda, the same thing. That's why I think they're still using the same Skyrim engine on everything. That's how companies do it. It takes too much resources to create a brand new engine just for another game. And even though this is a really good game, and they should, like, I guarantee you for the next Zelda game, it's gonna be exactly like Breath of the Wild. It's gonna use the same. And when I say engine, I mean the things that make the game mechanics work. Like your trainer, it might look a little bit different, but it's gonna be controlled like this. Battles, yeah, the background might look a little bit different, but it's still gonna, you know, look like the same battle mechanics. It's gonna look like the graphics are gonna look exactly the same. Like these, all these assets, like these chairs, are still gonna be in the game. They're not gonna look any different. How's stream been? I've been gone. I've been in Collinsville Regionals for about a week. People with new engines will have to learn how to use it too, which costs a lot more money. Yeah, like this Super Nerd model will be in the new game. It's not gonna change. Yo, defining stir. Thank you, my guy. Tier 1 coming in hot. Yo, let's put up a row of subs for my guy or girl. Thank you. Keeping the sub dream alive. But yeah, it's going to use the same engine. And so, like I said, quick recap. Multiple regions, like I said, I really don't think there's going to be more than one. Non-random encounters. Actually, I'll go back to the top one. The only way we have multiple regions is if we have, like, little mini episodes where, you know, like Ultra Space, where you go to, like, some other place for, like, just one small thing. Maybe we'll take, like, a bullet train to, like, Saffron City just to meet someone and come back. That type of thing is possible, but I really think there's only going to be one gen. Or one region. Non-random encounters, I really think that's cool. Big visual upgrade, not going to be much better. It's going to be polishing what we already have here. Keep no items and no EVs. That's another thing that will not happen. They will definitely be implementing those in. And I agree. I'd rather they don't. I'd much rather they don't. This is so much more fun. But the thing is, if you look at the core Pokemon audience, let's take the Pokemon audience and cut it up in like a pie chart, right? So, the people that like Let's Go are actually a very small part of the Pokemon audience. And again, the competitive scene of the Pokemon are a very small part of the Pokemon audience. What engine they use for Let's Go? Whatever engine they use to make it. I really don't know that answer. But they're not going to make a whole new one for a new game in the amount of time they've had to do it. But yeah, so like, let's talk about the whole Pokemon fan base of people that will actually buy the game. I'd say 25% of those people, out of all the people that buy it, because remember, like, kids buy it. Like, people that have no clue buy those things. So 25% of the people tops even know, like, EVs and how to abuse items and stuff like that are. That's how it works. And like, Let's Go, like, all those people were burned because they didn't have those things. All those people, a lot of those people were burned. So like, those people are very skeptical. They will not buy one, and that's like 25%. You know, that's like, I'm not even talking about the serious battle community. I'm just talking about the battle community. Like, there's people that just like to, you know, there's people that just like items. There's people that like having the quick claw. They're like, it doesn't feel like Pokemon if I can't use my quick claw, or I can't hold my charcoal, or I can't use pinch berries and stuff like that. That's Pokemon for a lot of people. So yeah, I really do feel that they're not gonna. I think they've also said that the next series is gonna be the main series game. What they mean by main series is that it has items and EVs. So while I think it would be cool if they continue the trend of not having items and EVs, they're gonna have to do it just to appease the people that to appease the audience that they have. Yeah. I mean, abilities are abilities. That's just pretty much it. Ton of customization options. Nintendo's never been big on customization, but I don't know if you mean like customization. That was the 5th point, was the customization options. I don't know if you mean like customizing your trainer. That'd be cool. I'd be down to get more like outfits and stuff like that, or customization like your menus. I really don't see what like type of customization would be available to be done. Because remember, like, at the end of the day, Nintendo's like the most reserved company in the world, and they don't make things to be better. Like that's the thing that like I really wanted to get across was I don't know if you were here before I mentioned it, but I mentioned that Nintendo does like, so the Western, like American, I meant more as in trainers, make them more unique. Okay, I could see it, but I really just think they're gonna reuse the same like trainer models from this game. Like the Super Trainer model is gonna be the same, H Trainer model is gonna be the same. Do you even Borderlands back in the day would be cool too? I agree, that would be cool. But I talked about a little bit earlier how the West sees things differently. Yo, Vulgar91 coming in, Twitch Prime. I take it, my guy. You know I need it. You know I need it, my guy. I need it so much. Thank you so much. Putting up those subs. It's a kids game where kids play, so it probably can't be too in-depth. Yeah. But I was talking earlier about how Nintendo does things, and Nintendo is different from the West. In the West, people want to be bigger. They want better. They want it now, and they want to be the best they can be and sell the most. And, you know, make the most profits. Nintendo does not care. They care about the competitive integrity, the core values of their games. If a game could sell more and sell out and do all these other things to be better and do more, Nintendo doesn't care. They want to do what they want to do. And they have the money to say, like, well, we're just going to do what we want to do and you have to deal with it. So even if, you know, customization options and, like, all these other things would be really cool, at the end of the day, Nintendo's going to be like, that's not our vision. And we have to deal with it. And that's the thing that they've always done, right? The engine is in-house proprietarily. If it was something like Unity, they would have to list it at the launch of the game with a splash screen. There you go. That's the answer. The outing style of these Let's Go Now is a lot more fair. It is fair. Yeah, that's the word. Fair is the word. And then there's one more. His last one was 6. Bring back battling mom before catching. I think what they're going to do, this is what I think they're going to do. I think there's going to be a mode to toggle it. I think there's going to be a way to toggle it. I've said this the whole time. That's the one hot take that I have, is there's going to be a way to toggle it. You can use the catch one with the Pokeball Plus, right? You throw the Pokeball Plus at them like you do in Let's Go, or you toggle it and do like battles like in the old days. I really think that that's possible for them to implement into this game. And I know that's like a stupid hot take, but I really do think that, I think the Nintendo as a company has the capabilities to make that happen and not have like affected games. Because at the end of the day, you get the same amount of experience. So I really do think that's possible. Because they've already shown that you can battle like Mewtwo's and stuff like that. So I really don't see a way that that's inherently bad. But I don't know. Will Gen 8 competitive be easier to pick up? Like, I've never been in the core competitive game, but Let's Go is somebody giving me a scene I was running. It'd be too complicated for me to switch over from Let's Go. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough for you. Not going to lie. It's going to be really, really hard, and you're going to lose a lot. But the way you look at it is a lot of other people are going to be losing too. And you have me on your side. I will be your life coach. I will be your saving grace. Watch my videos and be making so many good videos for a lot of people, showing how to transition from Let's Go into Gen 8 and be like the things you need to pick up on. A lot of good stuff. There's also like a gold mine of that stuff on my YouTube channel, like in years past videos and stuff like that. They need a challenge mode. I've been playing since I was a kid. I have to use rules to make the game harder. No items, experience share. I could care less about the game. That's just my opinion. I want to beat it as fast as possible so I can start battles. And I know I'm the minority there. A lot of people want to like play the games and bond with their Pokemon, and that ain't me. That ain't me. I bond through battling and hitting thunders and all the fun stuff. But like literally, if I could purchase a beat copy, I would. But that's just me. I really like the battle style with the legendary Pokemon in this game. I haven't fought any, but I know it exists. Never made sense that you couldn't catch a fainted Pokemon in other games. Yeah. That's as fast as the future Pokemon Masters. Yo, you know I am. You know I am. If they add a way to transfer from Let's Go to Gen 8, what will happen with the abilities from the Pokemon since Let's Go? There's none. So the way it works is every single Pokemon has an ability. Every Pokemon has an ability. So if we look at, yeah, I'll tell you. If you ever consider a draft league, or are you simply too busy? I'm technically in the NPA. So like, that's the best league that there could possibly be in, I think, as far as like leagues go. But yeah. Anyways, let's talk about abilities. Venomoth right here. Look at Venomoth. So Venomoth, no ability, right? Venomoth has a bunch of abilities. It has tinted lenses, which is one of the best abilities in the game. It boosts its damaging moves that are not very effective by like 50%, and that's busted. And so even though Venomoth doesn't have an ability, that ability is still there. So when you trade it to like Gen 8 or any other game, it would still be there. It would just have the ability. I think it might be its hidden ability. But yeah, and so for hidden abilities, there might be a way to like awaken them through the use of like ability capsules or other random stuff, maybe. But a lot of Pokemon have 2 abilities, or 3 abilities. Like Gyarados has Intimidate as its regular ability, and Moxie's its hidden ability. But a lot of Pokemon have like 2 regular abilities, and then like a 3rd hidden ability. And what you could just do is recatch the things in like the Go Park, whatever they have. Use ability capsules to change your abilities. And that's the type of thing, that's the type of grinding level stuff that Nintendo wants in their games to keep you playing. So having abilities isn't going to be a problem at all. I do got people who play about no EVs or hatching and Let's Go. It's just super streamlined and you can build whatever team you want quickly. It's just different. Yeah, what they're doing, like I said, is fostering a community of newer players. They want to make it as easy as possible for you to be a Pokemon master. And then once you master Let's Go, they're going to throw you to the fishes.